Yo, and we are live. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Tim King Show. As always, hosted by your boy TK, right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. That's right, folks. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know we are doing things right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. You can find the Bloodline Entertainment Network on all major audio platforms, on social media at the Bloodline ENT. And the website, bloodlinenetwork.com. You see it right there? Bloodlinenetwork.com for all your sports, wrestling, and entertainment needs. And before we get into the show, like this video, hit that subscribe button. And as you can see on that ticker across the bottom, I'm not alone tonight. I got my regular podcast partner in the house. Justin, throw it up. Little too sweet. Little one. Throw your ones up. Throw them up at the same time. Boom!
Bloodline is now on your devices.
Let's go. And we're not alone. We're not alone. We got a very, very, very special guest. And if you're reading the screen, you could see it. Let me bring him in. My boy, Nick Dieter Ding, my bloodline brother, my tag team partner from the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Nick, I'll throw my ones up to you, bro. Welcome back to the Tim King Show on our
Glad
network.
to be back, brother. What's good, guys? How you guys doing, man?
I'm feeling good, dude. I'm feeling good. How are you, man? How are you?
Doing well, man. I had to jump on, man. 2.5 weeks I haven't been on. Keith, congratulations. I don't think I've gotten to say that live. He's had a baby boy, healthy. You're the man, buddy. We'll be back soon. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait to talk some wrestling.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm pumped to have you on. Justin, as always, welcome back. It's been about 9 days since we've shit the shit about wrestling. I've had a busy week, man. If you didn't see it, go back and check out my interview with Buff Bagwell.
Buffy, baby.
I dropped it yesterday morning. Oh, it was a blast. Buff certainly is still the stuff, dude. Go and check him out. And congrats on 7 months of sobriety, dude. It's something that I certainly can never do. And 7 months sobriety to Buff.
Good
major props. Congratulations. Go back and check out that interview for sure. And I was at Dynamite this past Wednesday night, and that was a blast. They aired Dynamite, obviously, taped Rampage, a little ROH. But tonight's show, it ain't about me, dude. It's about Topic Battle Royal. And my boy Nick down there, he hasn't talked wrestling
since WrestleMania.
2.5 weeks? You haven't talked WrestleMania yet.
No.
So you know how we do it right here when we're doing Topic Battle Royal. I got all sorts of topics lined up. We got CMPunk returning to AEW, all in at Wembley Stadium. BCC and the Elitists heating up. Hobbs and Wardlow, the four pillar story. Originals Outcast. Usos vs. KO. Usos vs. KO and Sami 2. Cody and Brock. Trish turned on Becky. Liv Morgan and Raquel win the tag titles. What's next for the Raw Women's Division? Seth Rollins, RomanReigns, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Let's chop it up. Bring it up, brother.
Let's do it. Cody and Brock.
Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. So, I mean, the first thing you got to do is you got to ask yourself this. What does this do for the storyline? What does this do for Cody Rhodes? I mean, we go back and we see it. He debuted a wonderful, won the Rumble. Really great. Beat Seth Rollins 3 times with a broken freaking, not neck, but what was it? Dislocated arm, whatever. He was injured. It was an amazing moment. And now we get to WrestleMania. And he loses. And it's like, I just don't understand that. I don't understand that just because of this. I've interviewed a good amount of wrestlers, and they always talk about one thing. Justin, what is that? The moment. Not the match, not the storyline. And that's what I don't understand. Because WrestleMania, it's about the moments, and Cody should have gone over. And why? Why did he not? Because of the storyline. No, it should be about the moments. But, okay, that's done with. Cody and Brock, what does that do? Does that move the needle for me? Why does Cody have to conquer Lesnar? What does that mean? What does that do for the storyline? Does that move the needle for you? I mean, again, Tim, I'm not going to ever say I don't want to see another Lesnar match because I said that about Omos and Lesnar. I'm going to watch this. I think it's going to be a kick-ass match. But for me, I guess since I'm not once a week or 2 weeks. I'm not a casual wrestling fan. This sells, so I get it. But for me, I don't know, man. Why?
So Nick, let me ask you. Cody wins the world championship at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar can now challenge for the world championship, and you could still have this match in Puerto Rico. So they could say all they want to say.
Yeah.
That they had this plan for months. Sure, you had a plan for months. But what's to say the belt wasn't supposed to be on the line? True. If Cody had won the belt from Roman, would this match right here mean that much more if the belt was on the line? Would you be more invested?
Absolutely. Yes. Because it means something. This doesn't mean anything, and we know that. If it was the opposite and Cody did have the title, damn, give Brock Lesnar and Cody a few weeks to build this storyline. Yeah. Yes, that sells. Again, this is going to sell to the casual fan. We're not saying that. We're saying for us, for the fans that have a podcast, that, talk wrestling every day. Your wife tells you, I'm tired of watching wrestling. That's the fans we're talking to. That is such a good question. If Cody was champ, and it's just so weird that I think differently. Like, we're talking about the same people,
right? Just
with Cody having the strap, but it means something. We could debate that all night. I don't know. That is a good question. I just don't know why Cody has to go through this again and conquer more things. Why does he have to prove?
So Nick, I want to keep it with you because I want you to talk.
Please.
So let me ask you another question, if you don't mind. So they say, our friends say, we know our certain friends. They say that Cody hasn't been through enough in WWE since he returned.
It's dumb.
He needs to face
They're not my
adversity.
Friends. Yeah.
So what is your thought on that?
I think that's stupid. And whoever you talk to, I don't consider them friends. Because that is just the dumbest fucking thing you got. Is that a dirt sheet? Is that something that you're making up here?
I saw some people like in our UW pod chat room who tweeted about that, who Cody needs adversity, and then like other bigger accounts too. Like I'm not hating. Like your opinion's your opinion.
I hate it.
I love it.
Dumb.
I love it.
Come on. What adversity? What else does he? What if you're watching the UW pod group? What else does he need to do to prove it to you? I mean, just because I don't know. I think that's silly. I think adversity. I mean, just the cage match Hell in a Cell against Rollins, that's enough adversity, Right. I mean, just look at him. He's in better shape. He came back better. That's adversity. What happened? Vince left. He had the meeting with Vince. Now Triple H, he's his boss now. That's adversity. I mean, look what he did in AEW with the fucking throne. Yeah, what else does he need to do? Does he need to break his leg like what's his face did back in the day? I'm forgetting now. Dusty and Rick, what do you need to do? It's just it's fun, Tim. It's fun to talk about that, but no, if you're a fan like we are, he's dotted all the I's, he's crossed all the T's. That's it. Maybe Mania wasn't his time. I just think.
Okay, boom. Thank you. Because I had one more question for you. Okay,
let's hear it.
I feel like I'm interviewing you, and I love this, dude. Woo! Third question, final question, and then we'll swing it.
Yeah, please.
When, please. When does he do it? When does he do it?
Yeah, we can't do it at Backlash, and I don't even think Reigns is going to be there. Because that's all about Bad Bunny. That's all about Frey and the Judgment Day. That's what that's about. And if you doubt that, then you're stupid because Bad Bunny's so huge. I mean, I think we're underestimating how big this moment is going to be for wrestling fans, for the world of professional wrestling in Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny, who is huge. I mean, this is big things. You could say SummerSlam. You could say that, but again, that's too obvious for me. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, do you wait another year?
Do you think he does it at all?
He's got to, man. I mean, just what are you doing if you bring him in? I mean, yes, he's the big name, but you got to think the meeting with Vince. that's got to be about, hey, I want to come, to WWE and I want to win that title.
Correct.
Like there can't. He did not come back to lose to Roman. He did not come back to beat Seth Rollins 3 times. I mean, he could have done other things. It's just
right. No, I get that.
Yeah.
And thank you, Nick, for answering all those questions. I hope you were able to get a little bit out. Oh,
one more thing.
Keep it going, baby.
A heel turn would make sense if it's the right time. That would make sense. It's just Roman's like Stone Cold. I mean, Roman is, you love him. We all love him, but we all hate him. It's just, it's the Stone Cold rule. I mean, what do you do? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Justin, shut me up. That's been 12 minutes.
Hey, we had to go there. And before we go to Justin, I want to give a quick shout out to the chat. My boy Streets, I'm first. That a boy, dude. Way to tune in. Roto Slappers, plus his written content. Again, BloodlineNetwork.com. His fantasy baseball stuff right now, off the charts. Top 300 fantasy baseball rankings, positional baseball rankings, waiver wires, 2-star pitchers for the week. Go and check it out.
The streets are talking, baby.
Yes. Talking. Love it, Nick. Oh, I love that little catchphrase. Dylan Worley Lee Podcast. Throw it up. Yo, appreciate you, Dylan, man. Your graphics on the site have been fucking ridiculous.
Best barbecue. He's the best chef right there. Dylan.
Dude, Dylan's so cool. I'd love to get up with him in real life, man. Real cool, dude. I asked him to come on to me. He's watching a movie with his wife. I said, go watch the movie with your wife, dude. Don't even worry about this.
An option.
Our tribal chief.
Cheers, brother.
Chief. Devin, what's up, my dude? I have an anti-hero in the fridge. I might crack here in a little bit, but I'll raise my glass to you. Thank you so much for tuning
raise
in,
it, baby.
Brother. Ben Buster Graydon, what's up, my man? Hope you're having a good night. He said,
Walmart
I think the injury,
Wednesday, baby. Let's go.
Look at that. Look, Nick, man, you're like the fucking promo guy right now. Graydon says, I think the injury hurt the storyline. This seems like this could have been Seth, or this could have been after Seth in Hell in a Cell, but his injury sidelined all this.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite, to be honest.
Yeah, I think like it actually helped because they wanted it to prolong it. And what else was he doing? And then Devin said, Buff said it right. Cody did enough to become champion, but not enough to dethrone the tribal chief, which is what Buff said. He said when he got to LA and saw Cody's face on the billboard.
Again. What does that mean? Let's hear it again.
Yeah, so he did enough to become champion, but not enough to dethrone Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns has the it factor. So he's not just defeating some random world champion. No. He is defeating the man who has held this belt for 3 straight WrestleMania main events. Like he is defeating, what'd you say earlier? God mode. Like he is defeating that. So maybe he should have won it.
But what else? Buff,
there's nothing you could tell me like that. No,
I love you, but that's not.
Yeah, no, right.
But what is it? What else? Give me it. What is it? What else, Buff? Are you listening? Tell us.
Buff. No. Buff did go ahead and say Cody Rhodes is it. Cody Rhodes will be the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He did say that, but he said at this point, let him face a couple more tribulations before he wins that belt. Because when he saw the faces on the poster on the billboard, he's like, holy shit, this is fast. That's what he said. It felt too fast for Cody to be there. But again, you people have to remember.
You people? Come on.
Who do you mean, you people? You people have to remember that Cody fucking was there for 10 years before he left.
And he was there for a year and a half. He didn't just main event WrestleMania. Let's go back to the story. He debuted. He won the Rumble. He beat Seth Rollins 3 times. I mean, he even beat Solo. I mean, what else? Do you want him to go one-on-one with John Cena? I mean, that didn't do much.
What was the point of him beating Solo? Yeah, Solo been so dominant since. I digress.
Yeah,
Chat,
Buff,
thank you so much. Devin, great point with that Buff comment. And thank you for listening to the interview. I appreciate it. Clearly, you're quoting it. You understand it. You listen. I appreciate that so much, my man.
What up, buddy? Bray's coming back soon. I don't know when, but he's coming.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Isaac, what's up, my man? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Justin, Cody Brock. Now that we are 9 days away past the first Raw when this went down.
Yeah.
Cody came out. Great promo. Cody's promos have been fantastic.
They're too personal.
Stop it.
I know.
They've been good. What do you think about his promo on Raw, him challenging Brock, this match? Is he going to win this match?
So I'm just going to say this right now. The thing with Roman's still bugging the shit out of me. The moment it was there, stars aligned, it was all there. Like, you're at the point now with Roman, we don't know what the fuck's going to happen. He's clearly going to sit out until he hits 1,000 days. And then again, what's next? And everybody was asking the question, if Cody had won, what's next? Again, Cody's story continues if he had won the title. Cody, again, now with this match with Brock, would have made more sense with the title involved. Like, the excuse they've come up with that Brock beat the shit out of Cody because Brock's pissed that he went on first.
Yeah. I don't even know if that was
set me the fuck off.
That's so dumb.
Friday night and Monday when Cody fucking backed that up and agreed with it. That shit killed me. I was like, you cannot be fucking serious. We just got the most piss poor excuse that Brock Lesnar was like, I went on first. How dare I go on first? Well, maybe you should kind of think about that when you went on fucking first with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. For God's sake, Brock. That whole excuse pissed me off so much. This match, like, this whole thing right now is everybody has pointed out that this feels like Cody going down the Cena route. And that, to me, is a dangerous route to go down. Because now you're treading waters of, are people going to fucking see through this? And they're going to turn on Cody because they're going to be like, he's going to get booked like Cena. He's going to get booked like Cena. That's going to get a lot of people to look at that and go,
let's go, Cody. Cody sucks. Let's go, Cody.
Yeah.
Cody sucks.
What happened in AEW, which they obviously, why is he not there?
His fucking belt back into the ring when the crowd.
We need to stay far away from that route because that would be the worst thing that could happen right here. Again, this is another moment of not capitalizing on something.
Well, you know what, too, Justin? You know what, too? I love it. I think you know what you do. You push. I hate using the term, but you push a wrestler because what? You believe in her or him. You believe that he can do that. You think, you know what? We're going to push him because I think LA Knight, perfect example. You think, and it's going well, but you don't push a storyline. You can't push a storyline. And I think that's what they're doing. They're pushing a storyline because it makes sense, damn it. 1,000 days, you got to do it. No, it's about the moments. It's about what it means. It's not about the storyline as much as this is great. It's about the moment.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
go ahead. I cut you off. Let's hear it.
Match, they made this whole thing feel like if they took the titles off of Roman, that we're going to forget that Roman just did all this. There ain't no fucking way we're going to forget that Roman went fucking 2 years, 900 plus days as a reign. What the fuck? Like, now we're just pushing it to hit 1,000 because, we got to hit 1,000 at this point. Like, I don't know what we're doing here now. Like, Cody, everybody says Cody needed adversity, and Brock is his adversity, his first step in, to go through that. It's just bullshit. It's bull. You have a red hot Cody Rhodes right now.
Bullshit,
Tony. Not capitalizing on it. Like, that shit just bugs the shit out of me. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. This whole thing, like, I'm not invested in this. I'm worried that they're going to go down the route where people are going to turn on Cody. And again, we're going to be sitting there watching it all and going, well, why didn't they just capitalize when he was red hot? It was right there. Why didn't he do it? Like, why?
Well, they'll have an excuse about that too, Justin.
And it's bull. It's a bunch of bull. Like,
if they won, you would have heard the people. They would have said, if Cody won, well, what is he going to have it for 3 months? You can't compare it to, RomanReigns. No, I mean, there's always something. That's what it is. And it's just bullshit.
Cody's first challenger as WWE champion would have made sense. Because like I said, I came up with the whole thing of having Cody win the 2 titles, say he completed the story, then he's going to start rewriting another one. He's going to start writing a new story. And he finally, achieve the goal that the family hasn't really gotten to do, win a world championship in WWE like that.
Yes.
it's just like now you're building off and starting a whole new story for him. Yep. Brock being his first challenger, where Brock is not able to challenge Roman, but now he has the opportunity to challenge for one of those world titles. How much freaking sense does that make? Right there, completely. You have the Universal title stripped off because Cody goes, I've completed my story, but I feel like I don't need this one right here. SmackDown deserves this championship, and especially with a brand split and a draft coming up soon, it would have made so much sense. You have a tournament. Universal Champion is crowned at Backlash. There you go. Cody faces Brock for the WWE title. You got everything situated here.
But why just Brock? That's the question too. Why?
Clicks.
Because it's Brock.
And it's a huge first win for Cody. What's a bigger win for Cody? Austin Theory or Brock Lesnar?
Omos. Absolutely.
Omos.
No.
Sure. Justin, I got one more question for you. I'm going to hit the chat really quick. Ivan, my dude, bunch of gorgeous, meaty men on the bloodline talking wrestling. Nibble Mania is running wild. Ivan's doing his thing on Street Team for PCW Ultra right now. My man, dude, hustle him.
PC
Thanks for tuning in. Isaac says, with King of the Ring being switched to Night of Champions, are they going to have Roman defend in Saudi? Yeah, of course, I'm sure. Dom, what's up, my dude? What's up, fellas? Thanks for tuning in. He says, my thoughts exactly, Justin. Justice for Cody. We got a new one here on the Tim King Show. Thank you. Thank you for tuning out there. My
Double D, baby.
This is a great comment. The difference is, though, Cody is a far better worker. That's the difference with him and Cena. He will be fine. Also, Cena was on the top for so long. Right, he was. So the comparison, I guess, isn't so detrimental to him. Isaac says, rumors is Triple H approved multiple new title belts. Get out of here with your fucking dirt sheets. Graydon, I bet Fox actually wants a world champion on SmackDown. Correct. And big ones up shouts. Brian Cook, our dude.
What's up, brother?
Bloodline, happy hard hit
the chef.
But yes, Isaac, I do agree. I was just fucking with you. They do have multiple belt designs up.
The tag teams, please.
The tournament, the tag teams, yes, Nick. In the tournament, Justin, we have discussed this numerous times. Cody should have won. Said again, I have this belt. The other belt's going to SmackDown. Drew McIntyre defeats whoever in the main, Sheamus, in the main event of the fucking, or in the finals of that world title tournament on SmackDown. Drew's your new world champion over there. Cody's your champion on Raw. Fresh start going forward. My God. Justin, though, when does Cody win this belt? Does he win this belt?
It's so hard to even think of like when it could happen. Because again, when is Roman going to wrestle next? Clearly, probably Saudi Arabia now. I don't see them capitalizing. Like, I don't know. Like, they could probably do it with Cody at there because it'll make the moment even bigger there.
But again,
I want it in the freaking. I would rather it be in the States. If we're gonna have Cody win the titles over Roman, it's gotta be in the States.
Oh yeah.
Like,
you know what?
Like SummerSlam in Detroit.
At this point, you have to do SummerSlam because again, it sucks that it has to be SummerSlam because again, SummerSlam isn't WrestleMania. Survivor Series and all these other freaking pay-per-views are not WrestleMania. It's the freaking biggest spectacle of pro wrestling is WrestleMania. A big moment having Cody win those titles at WrestleMania would have been an incredible moment right there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it doesn't feel as big if you do it at SummerSlam, but at this point, if you're going to freaking do it, you got to do it at like something that's close enough to it and just go the biggest part of the summer. You want to kick off summer.
What about a house show at MSG?
Oh, hell.
There you go.
Bob Backlund Diesel taking on back to the man.
Hell no.
Let's go. Yo, for me, I'm gonna be quick-winded with this. Cody should obviously win the title at WrestleMania. I get the 1,000 days. I get continuing the bloodline story. I get selling t-shirts. I get bringing Brock in for clicks. I truly feel like this. I feel like Brock Cody was supposed to happen. I feel like Brock Cody at WrestleMania Backlash was supposed to be for the world title. And something came in last second, like Vince or somebody came in last second and said, hey, well, we're not doing this. Fuck him, pal. And
future endeavor.
Roman kept the belt, which is, I love Roman. It is we all love Roman here.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, Cody should have got the belt. Cody and Brock for the world title would have meant so much more than Cody and Brock without the title. Cody beating Brock as his first title defense is monumentally huge in comparison to Cody just beating Brock Lesnar, if he even beats Brock Lesnar. So at the end of the day, really, for me, it is what it is. If this is the story they want to tell, they want to prolong it, they prolong it. 1,000 days is 1,000 days. I talk about this all the time. On the website, bloodlinenetwork.com, there's an article. It's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's called WWE Champion Rankings. I do it myself. Roman Reigns now is the sixth greatest world champion of all time. You got guys like Bruno Sammartino who held that belt for fucking 4,000 days. Hulk Hogan, fucking he passed Bob Backlund. He passed Randy Orton. They went to 6 and 7. You got guys like fucking John Cena on there and Triple H and Brock Lesnar. 5 guys in front of him. It's crazy where Roman is at. So with that being said, it's time for Roman to pass that belt away. He ain't passing anybody else anytime soon. Cody's got to get the belt. It's got to be at SummerSlam. It has to be at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And before I'll Justin pick the next topic. This guy, my dude, let's call him DD, says, by the way, shout out to the man who was so bold to have a sign right in front of Cody saying, Cody, where's your sexy wife? Yeah, for sure. I like the guy who held, I didn't see that one, but I like the one who said you're mid. I was like, oh man, that's a tough sign to go.
We don't need her back, please.
Oh God, no, never again. Please, God, never again. I just said Drew's going to AEW because he blacked out. No, stop it. Get out of here.
That's fun.
Get out of here. SummerSlam is when Cody pulls it off, leaves Roman with a longer reign than Hogan by August.
Yeah. That's what we thought about at WrestleMania. So let's see.
And with Drew, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. We love Roman right now, but it feels drawn out, stat padded, not for a better story. Facts, big facts.
Yeah, I mean, you don't push the story. You push the wrestler. You know, you don't stretch the story out.
The Bloodline Entertainment AEW confirmed. I wish. Yeah. I wish. I would go all day. He passed Bruno's first record. Yeah, like 4,000 together. Like, you know how they track that shit.
4,000.
Justin, we just ripped Cody and Brock good. Cody, period. Do you need the topics again, or do you just want a topic to spit on?
You know what? I'm going to stick with something associated with Roman. I'm going to go Usos and KO and Sami.
Got it.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
So, absolutely happy as hell still that they went with that moment. The way they told the story during the match at WrestleMania. Fantastic. The fact that it's still continuing, I still kind of have iffy feelings about it. Because, again, WrestleMania's got that whole vibe of this is where it ends. We start something new. We're still going with this. And now we're, how much? I don't even know. How long before we hit Saudi? At this point, I have a feeling we're taking those titles off of Kevin and Sami. And we're putting them back on the Usos. And that shit is going to really irk me. Because you know how Sami is with, he won't go to the Saudi shows. Kevin Owens will stand by his friend. There's no way in hell they're going to have those titles by Saudi. Especially if it's going to be Night of Champions and all the titles are going to be on the line. We're probably putting these titles back on the Usos, and that really sucks because that just really tells you right there that not only was that moment fucking like meaningless, like you basically just said, yeah, the story's just going to continue anyway. Again, same thing like with Cody. The story's just going to continue, and we're just going to freaking rewind it and put it back on where we started. And that's just really, really kind of lame, if I'm being honest with you. Like the moment called again to start fresh, and now we're just rewinding. And it's not a good look. Like the tag division suffers enough right now. And again, with the draft coming up, it's going to suffer a lot still because they don't have a lot of tag teams as it is. And now we're thinking about breaking up freaking Alpha Academy. So now they're going to lose another fucking tag team.
And Street Profits.
Yeah, and then everyone's talking about breaking Street Profits up, which is worse. Like, what are we doing here? Tag division is going to suffer a lot right now. And again, like, we're looking for something fresh. Like, I think the feud is, again, this is probably going to be our, I would say, semi-main event with Kevin and Sami and Matt Riddle versus Solo and the Usos is probably going to be the semi-main at Backlash. Cody and Rock is probably going to be the main event at this point. Again, I think the match is going to be epic, but I just think the feud, I don't know. Yeah. I just don't see what else. Like, clearly they're trying to tell the story that Roman is having this thing with Jay and Jimmy right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the titles need to be stuck back in there for you to tell that story. That's like the same thing with Roman holding the titles with the whole thing with Cody. If you're trying to tell us right now that Roman is having beef with his cousins, like, do you really need to just hold the titles hostage to tell that story? Absolutely not. There's no reason why. It's just because, again, what's the story going to lead to if the Usos win the titles back? Then what? We're just going to drop the whole thing of Roman getting pissed off at them because there you go. Like,
yeah,
I have a feeling we're going to put them back on the Usos because of the Saudi show. And it just would suck that a fucking Saudi show is going to cut off something that's been like a really, really incredible story like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
Oh, no, dude. All I was going to say really quick is that I feel where you're coming from, but I got to disagree 110% here. And I say that because of one look. When Paul Heyman looked at the Usos, when he said, Roman Reigns is getting sick of you guys, pointed at Kevin and Sami, but he looked at Jimmy and Jay.
Oh, yeah.
And they would not be suggesting this story if they weren't moving forward with it. So I don't know where exactly they go with it, whether Roman loses the belt to Cody and like the bloodline breaks down with no belts, or Roman continues to hold that belt and he's like, you're a piece of shit because you can't win, Jay. You're a piece of shit because you can't win, Jimmy. Yeah. And like they go that route.
You're a piece of shit.
Because lumped in with this is one man, Solo Sikoa. He main evented Raw. He main evented SmackDown. He beat Kevin Owens. He beat Matt Riddle. He wins and wins and wins. Obviously, we mentioned he lost to Cody earlier. But Solo Sikoa might be the key cog in this whole thing that we need to figure out where his part is. Does he want to go after Roman? Does he want to go after Jay? Is he working with Roman? Is he working with his brothers?
Yeah.
The bloodline's going to split. The dissension is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
KO and Sami retain these titles, and Roman gets fucking pissed about it. And that's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I mean, the titles necessarily do not have to be up for grabs at, Night of Champions. Just because it's the Night of Champions doesn't mean every title needs to be defended. So I don't think I think Sami is one of those guys where, okay, you're not coming, that's fine. We understand. That's not going to change the storyline plans for Sami. So I think this is another they needed to look at this to see how things would work out for Sami and KO, similar to Cody. I think they didn't obviously want Cody to win, so they had Roman win, but they had Sami and KO win. So you got to look at that too. Like, what is this doing for the bloodline? Is this helping or hurting the bloodline storyline? I think it's helping. I do agree with you too, Justin. It just seems I'm a little lost here. Like, we're still doing this. Like, we did it. Sami and KO beat you. What do we need to do? And the issue is, Justin, what you said. Who's up next? The Raiders? I mean, yes, they are credible tag team, but come on, Sami and KO versus the Raiders. That's not going to sell. Maybe profits, maybe, but the Usos, they're the next guys up. So it's crazy. We could, debate about this all night. It's just, what do? You got to look at this too. I mean, the storyline is important. Obviously the storyline went over the moment at WrestleMania. So the storyline is going to continue. What do you do? I don't know. I don't want to say they're stretching the storyline because I think the storyline's amazing. You don't need to stretch it, but what is Solo doing? What is Heyman doing? I mean, are we just complaining to complain? I don't know, but I love to complain, I guess.
Yeah, I'm loving the story. I love the way that Paul looked at the Usos.
Yes.
As he was talking to KO and Sami, and the Usos were still talking shit like they didn't see it. And I loved how Paul was screaming in Solo's ear in the locker room. And Solo, who doesn't talk, finally looks over
said
at him.
Something, yeah.
I got this, Oos.
Yep.
All the tribal chief, I got this. Like, Solo is that dude.
Yeah.
He is that dude. I'll pick the next topic before we move on. A couple quick comments. Brian says, keywords, push the wrestler, not the story. Terminator 2 wouldn't have worked without T800, T1000, John and Sarah Connor. And speaking of Dusty, the Four Horsemen were the perfect antagonists. Very, very true. The Bloodline kind of remind me of the Four Horsemen against Dusty when you look at Roman Solo and then the Usos. Kind of crazy. I never put that down. Tino's time. God, this kid kills me. 24/7, dude. Go check out his Twitch.
Let me get some of that vodka, buddy. Come on.
he put this most likely comment up when Justin was talking, so he agrees with Justin that the Usos are going to take those belts back. Brian says WWE Tag Division is more shallow than a kiddie pool. Splitting up alphas and street profits would be so stupid. I do agree. I think there's a lot of tag teams there you could work with. DIY will be back together, I imagine. Creed Brothers could always pull up. Pretty Deadly are pretty damn good too if you want to go that route as well. But they do have work, so to speak, for sure. Let's see what else we got. Do we want to stick WWE or go AEW? You know where I'm going. I'm going AEW. CM Punk returning to AEW. Oh, look at the roll from Justin's eyes. Nick's bobbing his head. A lot of people in our community don't give a fuck. Some care. I don't think as many people care as I do. Supposedly, June 17th is their new AEW Collision show. Saturday nights, it will be live like WCW Saturday Night used to be. That's what got me into wrestling as a kid. I told Buff this in the interview. WCW Saturday nights at my grandparents' house. I spent a lot of Saturday nights at my grandparents' house in the basement watching WCW Saturday Night. Like, that got me into wrestling. Having Saturday nights on TNT or TBS will be so fucking cool. And if you're going to fucking put CM Punk on there as the flagship, all this shit, I've said it for a while, since the Jericho Punk shit started, I said this is a work. They're not publicly doing Punk and Jericho if they're fucking actually heated with each other. They're going to figure it out. They've worked together in the past. They've worked WrestleManias together. I was at a badass Extreme Rules here in Chicago where they fucking wrestled like a 32-minute fucking match. Jericho poured beer on CM Punk's sister. Yeah. It was that one. It was cool as fuck. And Justin, that was actually the John Cena Brock Lesnar match too. So if we want to take it back there, we could take it back there. But
nice.
Punk coming back to AEW is so crucial to that company. I know, Nick, you had mentioned earlier, and go ahead and say it again if you'd like. AEW, CM Punk needs AEW more than AEW needs CM Punk. And I agree with you, maybe like 52 to 48, solely in the fact that where else will CM Punk go? Like, he's got nowhere else to go. So sure, there's that. But at the end of the day, the TV ratings were up when he was there. You're talking about doing a show at Wembley Stadium. Having CM Punk versus Kenny Omega or a CMFTR against the Elite or CM Punk against Kazuchika Okada, whatever you want to do with Punk at fucking All In, is going to help you sell 5,000 to 10,000 tickets. Having this Collision show and he's going to be the flagship is going to help sell that show. Chicago, every single time he is selling that show. Like, I missed a show in November because he wasn't there. Had he been there, 110% I'm at that show. He does it in the ratings again. 850 to $1 million. That's 150K. So for me, if he's got a feud with Jericho in his first feud back just to get it out of the way to show he can work, fuck it. Me Punk Jericho on Saturday night television to sell that show. Let's go. I want my dude back. CM motherfucking Punk. Just stay healthy, kid.
Yeah.
Let's work. Nick?
I think you said a lot of great points. Saturday, AEW event in London. I mean, Punk's name, that would help. But are we making too much of it? Are we making too much of they need to sell out the stadium? They don't need to sell out the stadium. It's just cool to see AEW in London. They don't need to have Punk on Saturday nights. It's cool. It sells. It got me going, Tim. I think it would be great. I just don't know if you need CM Punk. Would it help? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And is that what Tony Khan's looking at? I mean, as a business guy, yes, that's what you want. You want the ratings. You want the money. You want the ticket sales. You want to sell out a stadium. But it's not necessary. It will not hint the growth of AEW if CM Punk doesn't come back. I think what I said earlier, Punk needs AEW. Punk needs to say, I need to do this right. I need to buck up. I need to stand up. I need to say, you know what?
Right.
I fucked up. That's what we need. AEW, it's okay. We don't need it. Look at
Nick, that's a great point. He does need to buck up and show like, hey, I fucked up. I sat there and said, I work with fucking kids while I ate muffins after I just won the world title in my home city, knowing that I just ripped my fucking tricep and I'm injured again. Like, that's why he did it. You know why he did it? Because, again, he's a lot like me. In Chicago, a lot of us are cunts, okay? And if I had just ripped my tricep after just coming back from an 8-month out like being injured, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I going to do? How am I going to explain to these people that I'm hurt again? Exactly. They're going to look down on me. They're going to say I'm fragile. They're going to say, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to shit on everyone on my way out, dude. Yeah. And he tried to. He literally did. He tried to shit on everyone on his way out. But I guess, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, he is such a big star in relation to that company.
Yes.
That they need him to come back.
Yeah. And also too, if we're going to get what we're going to get with the main event, I mean, the 4 pillars, if that's going to happen, I mean, that sells a stadium, right? Like, is it right? I think so. I mean, Darby,
I think 4 pillars is Double or Nothing though, brother.
Oh,
yeah. That's going on a Double or Nothing for sure.
Oh, I thought they were going to do like, I don't know, but yeah. Shit. Okay, Justin, your turn, I guess, because I don't know what I'm saying here.
You can finish your thought. I was just saying that. No, someone else said that too. I was talking to someone else in a chat the other day. They said it's going to go down at All In, and I was like, no, they're going to do that. That's Double or Nothing. That's 6 weeks. They've already done the 3 promo offs. Justin, go ahead. My bad. I don't need to.
Yeah. God, where do I start? Collision as a whole.
Casino says. Justin, you look so sad.
CM Punk, when anything comes about CM Punk, I just get depressed. I'm over the fucking guy. Like, Collision as an idea, listen, they want to come up with a Saturday show. That's a whole other topic in its own right. Like, way too much freaking AEW content, and a lot of it isn't living up to Dynamite. So I don't know why the hell we're bothering getting another show.
Yeah.
Like, Collision ain't going to do shit. If Rampage ain't doing shit, Collision ain't going to do shit. CM Punk coming back, I still honestly believe could be an god-awful fucking idea, no matter how you look at it. Like, everybody who wants CM Punk back, cool. You must really love watching AEW go through a bunch of bullshit. Because CM Punk comes back, it's just going to start all over again. This guy is just basically trying to just say whatever the fuck he can say at this point to weasel his way back in there. Like, it's not going to help with listen, I get it. Everybody loves CM Punk, and if you bring CM Punk back, it's going to freaking boost the sale for Wembley and all this other stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's basically telling the rest of the roster, hey, fuck you, you're not cool enough because you guys can't do shit. CM Punk, though, he'll absolutely sell that place out.
Would he really, though? Like, let's be honest.
No. They're not going to sell out 80K, but here's the thing, right? So if you want them to do 55, 60, they alone are going to do 45 because those UK fans are good enough, okay?
Well, that's my point, yeah.
Then you book a card. Then you book a card worthy enough to have like 10,000 American fans travel overseas.
Which Tony can do.
Correct. And then some Japanese fans and some Australian fans.
Yeah.
And then some Irish fans. All right. And then you have CM Punk there. So then you're like, holy fuck. And then you do like, again, if you do the CMFTR versus Elite thing, or if you do a CM Punk versus a Japanese guy, you can easily, like, I think All In is going to be a fucking, it's not going to be a show where you're progressing storylines. I think All In's going to be a specialty show where you see like a Vikingo versus a Will Ospreay. Crazy, right? Like
Steve-O versus,
Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
What if Edge is there? What if it's Edge and Christian against the Hardys? But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
God.
Justin, go ahead. Finish
I
up.
just can't see any good. I can't see any good bringing CM Punk back. Like, I know we want.
Well, you said it. The ratings, that's good, but that's it, right? The ratings, the view.
That's all it's going to be. Like,
but that's
it
good.
doesn't actually bring. Other than that, it doesn't bring any good behind it because it's just a bunch of drama attached to CM Punk. Like, when all I think about is everybody wants to see FTR and Punk versus the Elite. But again,
do you though?
How in the world do you book that? My thing is, how do you? No, here's the thing. Think about it.
Let him talk, Tim. Fuck.
How do you? If this is like to me, I still look at this and there's no fucking way this is a work. There's no way this is a work. This was legit. Fucking, they hate each other with a fucking passion. Punk is at this point just spouting words to try to fucking get his way back in there again because. What else is he going to do at this point? And if he doesn't. So right now, he's just trying to use all his little freaking kind, nice words so he can weasel his way back in there and everybody will be all freaking excited and everything. But it's like, again, if you book an FTR Punk versus Elite match, how do you book that? Because literally, if Punk is on the losing end of that fucking thing, he goes on there and bitches and complains again. And we go all through this bullshit again. If Kenny and the Bucks fucking lose to CM Punk, they go out and bitch and complain, and then we're starting it all over again. CM Punk is a fucking problem.
Cancer.
Let the guy fucking fade away into obscurity and leave it at that.
Justin, what's the biggest possible one-on-one match that AEW could have with their roster?
Oh, that's a great question. Can I answer this too?
Yes,
absolutely, dude.
With their roster,
you got it. Go ahead. Either one of you, but
shit.
Because I'll tell you, it's CM Punk with Kenny Omega. It's simple. That's the biggest possible match. From the time Punk got signed, I said it's Punk Omega. That's it. That's the biggest draw, period. But
I agree.
As
much as I love Ricky, he's not there yet. It could be Omega and that's it. But Punk's not there though.
I just can't see any good coming out of Punk coming back because right now this is him just trying to do whatever the fuck he can to get himself back in there. Yeah. And all it's going to do is cause more shit. It's just going to be drama.
Bald FTR talk for him on his podcast. That's my favorite thing I see from the IWC. Bald FTR is talking for Punk again. Bald FTR is talking for Punk again.
What about Omega and Danielson?
Yeah, huge, monumentally huge.
How about we think about the fact that you just fucking picked up Jay White of all fucking people?
Yeah, too
Jay
soon.
White just isn't Jay White just isn't there though.
AEW yet. Punk's AEW.
Let's see what Double D got to say. Nothing against Punk. Wasn't his biggest fan when he was in WWE. Punk has valid points though. If people are doing stuff behind your back and your boss doesn't do anything about it, what do? Cody's gone. True. Cody did leave for a reason for sure. Technically, the biggest draw with the biggest names is Punk versus Danielson. Facts. Punk versus Jericho. Ugh. I do agree, though, that Saturday show take off of that.
Definitely up there.
And Punk versus Omega. Yeah. But we've seen Punk versus Danielson. We've seen Punk versus Jericho.
We're talking about AEW homegrown. Not homegrown, but when you think I don't know.
No, I know what I know what you're trying to get at, dude.
We forgot Moxley, too,
Well, the problem is with Mox. Well, Punk and Mox, they just did that. They did it twice, and they did. And it was huge. But they're
another one that don't.
They did it on TV and they did it wrong. And maybe Punk's Instagram was why they did it wrong. Oh, yeah. And Moxley wasn't even signed when they did it wrong. So maybe again, Ivan, where are you? You know exactly what I'm going to say right now. No, you're bullshit, Tony Khan. Because maybe the fucking problem is TK. Okay, because if Mox wasn't signed and Punk was still hurt. What the fuck was that match doing on Dynamite?
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah, we'll find out soon on AEW All Access.
Absolutely. Nick, it is your turn to pick.
Give me a topic. I don't remember what I had.
Yeah, it's really whatever you want. We got All In at Wembley Stadium. The BCC and the Elite, they're heating up. You know, they just pulled a screwdriver out the other day.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Wardlow, the 4 pillar story, original and Outcast versus Outcast story in AEW. We got Trish Stratus turned on Becky.
Let's do that one.
Let's go, baby.
Trish Stratus turning on Becky Lynch Monday night. This is why I just keep it. I'm gonna hold. There we go.
My boy, there you are. I'm glad that you're still watching. Oh, you're bullshit, Tony Khan.
Yes.
Go ahead, Nick. Keep going.
What does this do for the storyline? You got Bayley there, you got Damage Control. This didn't even make sense when they put this together. You know, like we wanted Trish and Bayley, we wanted Becky and Lita, or Lita and Bayley and Trish, and I think it's cool to see the legends back. I just think the storyline for the tag titles just doesn't make sense. I mean, why have them win at WrestleMania and then Trish is what? She's upset. She didn't get what she wanted. Well, she botched that turn. That was a shitty turn. I don't know. I hate being so negative. Again, what does this do? What does this do for the tag titles? Because that's what's important, you know? Nothing.
Okay, so lump them in together then. Where do you want to see this? First of all, do you want to see this match, Trish versus Becky?
Yeah.
Where would you want to see it? And Liv and Raquel winning those belts, does that propel them to the next level? Or are they just transitional champs to Ronda and Shayna?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think it does help Raquel second time, right? And then Liv first time. I think she needed something. So I like that. I like that they chose them too. I just, you're right. Transitional. That's what it is, right? Because we know Ronda and Bates are going to win those. Sadly. It's just, yeah. And what was the other question? What else would I? Oh, do I want to see this match?
Do you want to see it?
Yes, I do. I don't know. I just thought it was blah. I just thought, the match at Mania was blah. I thought the storyline was blah. Yes, I want to see a legend go one-on-one with, I've said it time in and time out. Those 2 titles, when Becky's ready, she's going to be champ again. Doesn't matter if it's Raw or SmackDown. Yes, I want to see this. Absolutely. I just want a better storyline. But you know what? You don't always get what you want. I want to see this. I wanted something different. Heel turn, something else. I know it just seemed rushed.
It did. It seemed awkward for sure. Isaac agreed. He said that whole match was a mess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Double D said Trish gave the worst elbow he's ever seen. It was so telegraphed, but hey, he'll wait to see what Trish versus Becky is going to be. He'll be honest though. The Becky heel turn is way more interesting. Yeah, I get that. The Trish thing.
Insert Bayley. I mean, I'd rather see that.
Who?
Yeah.
Bayley. Who's Bayley? Yo, thanks for tuning in, PJK. Appreciate you.
PJK.
PJK.
We got Double D, PJK.
Yeah. They're gonna lose him for sure. Tino says, could we see Chance and Carter in the draft to defeat Liv and Raquel? I don't think they're gonna defeat him, but fuck, would I love to see them in that entrance.
Tag team,
them coming out in that crowd on the main roster to that beat. Sign me the fuck up. Money in the Bank would be cool considering they're in the UK, but SummerSlam would make the most sense. Yes, because they're in Detroit, close to Canada. But again, I don't know if you want the people cheering for Trish. Predictable heel turn for sure. Justin, what's your thoughts on this, dude?
Okay, I'm with Nick with the whole legends coming around for WrestleMania. I understood. Okay, it made all the sense. Okay, it's WrestleMania. That's where the legends come out to play. We get it. But after that, why are Lita and Trish still here? There didn't make any sense for this. This just basically tells you your women's division is lacking. That you have to keep Trish and Lita on there. And that's a problem right there. This whole thing, I'm not interested in this.
Like really? This match?
Yeah. Listen, I love both these women. But this does nothing for me because this does nothing for either woman.
It did a lot for me back in my heyday. No, I'm kidding.
Becky, what does that even prove? That just proves what Trish still has it in her for a little bit, and that's about it. But after what we saw on Raw, there ain't no fucking way I want to see this. Like, And Becky beating Trish. Becky is already fucking completely established as a freaking megastar. What the fuck does beating Trish Stratus really prove for anything?
Yeah, that's a great point.
It doesn't do anything. Like, this whole thing, to me, makes no sense. Like, that women's tag team title match on
should
Raw
be the focus. The title should be the focus.
Right.
Not this. Where does this come? Yeah.
Yes.
That's the problem. Those tag titles are fucking never getting any focus.
They're the back seat now because of this match.
They've always been a back seat, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Those titles are just there. They don't mean anything. Like this, like, what is Trish gonna freaking tell me that's gonna convince me on Monday as to why she attacked Becky? Why? Because
Justin, you know what's fucked up too? And I don't mean to cut you off, but I really didn't put all of this together until you're thinking about it, and I don't want to lose my thought. So I'm gonna go with you right now. So this is really all fucked up in a really fucked up way, because if Trish Stratus, who's the top 5 women's wrestler of all time, if this was like Stone Cold coming back, teaming with Seth Rollins, and they were the tag team champions, do you think this would be going on at the 8 o'clock hour if Stone Cold was about to heel turn on Seth Rollins? Do you think they would be going on at the 8 o'clock hour? And Stone Cold's the GOAT. Go look at our tournament on Bloodline Entertainment Network on Twitter. Proved is the GOAT, so Stone Cold's a bad example. But if it was like Dude Love or something, okay? Dude Love and Seth Rollins and KO. Do you think that would be going on at the 8 o'clock hour? No. That'd be some main event shit, dude. So I think it's incredibly disrespectful to Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch that this is going on at the 8 o'clock hour and not the main event, when they easily could have just did Bloodline Sammy KO Riddle thing, and Sammy and Riddle weren't there, and transitioned, an opening promo to that match. Did this, the heel turn. How much more significant would the heel turn have been if Trish turned on Becky in the main event, and then they went off the air that way with Liv, who just pinned Trish? Liv pinning Trish. Becky beating Trish isn't a big deal. You know who pinning Trish is a big deal? Liv. That's a huge deal for Liv and her resume. So I think if that would have happened in the main event, big difference.
I don't think any position you put this in does anything, because again, this just shows how lacking this women's division is. Like, a draft isn't going to do anything to fix a women's division, and neither is keeping your legends around, especially when it's Becky feuding with who's already an established woman going in there against a legend. It doesn't do anything. Right. Like, nothing. Like, when I look at this whole thing, I just go, yeah, they were there for WrestleMania, and that was it. That was all you needed to do. Like, now you just have to get the titles off of Lita and Becky, and there you go. But now you have to freaking build more to Trish versus Becky.
But why even take the titles off of them for Trish to turn heel, right? Like,
why even put the titles on them in the fucking
Why are we even talking about this?
Why even the titles exist? That's my thing.
Why the fuck
women's tag division? Again, I feel like I have to repeat this so many times, and I hate repeating it. The women's tag division is non-existent, dude. Like, I don't get why they have that. I would prefer if the women had a singles title, because nobody gives no shits about tag teams. They don't give a shit. Like, they're about to make their men's.
You can't do that. You can't just take the tag titles away because we don't care. Like,
give them we don't care.
Give them a singles title.
Gave us the pencil,
one at a time.
If they gave us the pencil, we could book a compelling tag division. It's not that we don't care, and I don't think Justin's point is that he doesn't care. I think it's that they booked this division so poorly that they don't care. So if they don't care.
No. What I meant is you can't take the titles away. Right. You can't just take the titles away. Go ahead. I'll let you go.
That's my thing.
You can't take that. No, I'm kidding.
You can't take the titles.
That nobody should care. Like, why should anybody care about these titles? Nobody. And that's one of the main things. Because, like, if Trish is going to come out Monday and tell me that she jumped Becky because she's jealous to the fact that Becky freaking won tag team titles with her best friend, when every time I look at those tag team titles, they mean absolutely nothing.
You said you don't like saying it. You said it 4 times, Justin.
I'm going to say it. So, like I said, I hate saying it, but I'm going to say it every time because it's true. I hate saying it, but it's true. Those tag titles mean nothing. And the fact that Trish turned on Becky basically because of those tag team titles just makes this whole feud less.
What I was saying is you can't take the tag titles away just because it does, what is it doing? You got to keep them there. You can't, right? Because you can't take, just because you don't like Sami and KO, maybe you can't take the titles away. So, it's tough. Yeah. I just don't know what they were thinking. And I know rumors are rumors, and I pride myself on not bringing up rumors, but wasn't there something with Trish didn't like something heading into WrestleMania and she said no to something? I don't know.
I didn't see anything about
that. I think she couldn't get to a show and it pushed everything back a week.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
But
that was it.
But Nick, it's still just bullshit, bro, because that the fatal four-way tag team women's match should have just had Io and Dakota in it, and they should have had the tag titles on the line. Like it's bullshit. But
does that say something more about the names of how big the names are? Like, shouldn't that have been a big deal having Trish and Lita in the same match? Like,
okay, but then let me ask you this, Nick. Why Becky and Lita? And why not just have Lita and Trish come back for a one-off and beat Damage Control on a Raw, win the fucking tag titles, be a part of that match? Becky and Bayley are feuding. Trish and Lita are feuding with. They could have got to fucking Becky and Trish.
Well, why not?
Any other way. Yeah. Like, Becky could have filled in for Lita. They could have lost the tag team titles back to Damage Control. Trish blames Becky for the loss, kicks her in the fucking head. They move on. I digress. We've spent too much fucking time on this shit, dude. Yeah. First of all, what's up, Broadcast Tom? My dude.
Tommy. Tom with an H, baby.
Man. Tom. And Dom says she turned on Becky and injured Lita because she was a third wheel. Basically, Trish Diva came out. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's a story they're telling that we fucking hate.
Stupid as fuck, right? Yeah. Big facts. Nick, you picked Justin. Do you need Justin, do you need to me to run them back down, or what do you want to talk about?
Run them up.
All right. All right. So we got All In at Wembley Stadium. BCC versus the Elite. Young Bucks are back. That's just heating up. PowerHouseHobbs and my boy Ward Daddy's back. The 4 pillar story. What do you think now? We're 3 weeks in of promo offs. They've all got the promo offs in. You got the originals versus the Outcast. Where is that story going? Let's see, WWE
Draft.
We got the Draft. And that's about it, dude. So whatever else you want to talk about.
You know what? Let's jump back to AEW. Let's talk about the Bucks and Kenny coming back.
Let's go. It's heating
up.
I
fucking love this feud. I am loving this. Like, this has been fucking epic. I said that Wednesday night. I was just, when they came back and jumped in BCC, I went, this is fucking epic, dude. This feud is fucking epic. I love this. Like, you actually, if you were never invested in the Elite, you are invested now. The BCC has got you completely locked in to side with the Elite, to watch them beat the shit out of Moxley and Claudio and Wheeler and Brian. It is such an epic fucking story right now. And the whole Screwdriver to Hangman, Kenny kind of being suspect about Hangman at first. Yes, completely. And now he knows he can kind of trust Hangman a little bit. Like, just think what's going to happen when Hangman comes back and him and Kenny kind of, get back together and maybe just kind of give each other a little hug. Like, we beat shit out of each other. Like, something. Like, it's going to be nuts. Like, when the Elite come back together like that.
Come together.
Like this, I'm hoping to God this is blood and guts. I hope this is blood and guts.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people want to see the women have blood and guts, but right now I'm telling you, I'll hands down say it. That story's slapping massively right now.
Yeah.
This right here just screams they're gonna beat the shit out of each other. You give them blood and guts, hands down.
Shit.
That's what destroys shit. Have to.
we got Ryan Seacrest on the bottom of the screen dropping his mic.
There we go.
Yo, Justin. Yo, I'm with you 110%. Well, first of all, I'm with this comment. They should do, Tino says he feels like they should do 2 war games. I think they should do a stadium stampede and a blood and guts. So maybe the men do stadium stampede because Kenny's been in every stadium stampede match and the women get blood and guts. However it is that works out.
Yeah.
I do want to say hello to Will Gray.
Willie, my man, interviews every single body.
God, man, love Will Gray for sure. Here's my thing with this.
Let's hear it.
We sat here on these airwaves and we talked about how it would have to be a 3-on-3 because there's no way that Brian would come back and turn heel and get to face Kenny. We said if anything, it would be Brian versus Kenny 1-on-1 just because we get Brian and Kenny in singles and we get the BCC versus the Elite on the bottom. Oh, yeah. No. We get Brian coming back and saying that you pieces of shit are what's wrong with wrestling. You flippity-flop, gymnastic doing motherfuckers. You are what's wrong with wrestling. And I'm like, yeah, boy. You know I'm BCC till I fucking die, dude. I'm Mox till I die unless he's fucking fighting Punk. Brian's my guy. I love Wheeler. I love Claudio. Let's fucking
all right.
go.
Stop name dropping.
Okay. And in comparison, you guys all know how I feel about the gymnastic style of the Elite. So I naturally want to see Mox bite fucking Kenny's head off and watch it split. But at the same time, Justin, you're right. The Young Bucks, I was there. We were in the 3rd row, me and my wife. The Young Bucks ran right by us. We knew they were coming. I got it on camera because security was setting up right by us. They ran right by us, dude. It was so cool. And at the same time, as badly as I want BCC to fucking rip their skin off and show blood, I get the story. And I want the Elite. I want Kenny and I want Hangman to hug. And I want my nipples to fucking get hard. And I want goosebumps to go from my head to my toes. And I want to go crazy with it. At the end of the day, the BCC should win this match. I don't know who's going to win this match, but I just want this match. I don't give a fuck who wins this match. I want it, and I want it bad. And this story is heating up. When Kenny Omega had a screwdriver in his hand because he wanted to take it to fucking Moxley's head, I said, who is this? All right. The real story is here. It's Don Callis. Is Don Callis going to be actually working with the Elite, or is he undercover with the BCC? I saw it on Circle of Debate. I never thought about it. I don't think it's the case, but they brought up a good point. Don Callis could be that voice of the BCC. I think that voice is Bryan Danielson, and we're going to stomp the face of those gymnastic doing motherfuckers. Nick, what's your thoughts on this storyline?
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. I think you guys said everything that I was going to say. I'm just going to, say something different. What does this do for the champs? I think that's the question. I mean, this is just such a great, if this is going to happen, this is going to be such a phenomenal match. I mean, this sells tickets. I know this is going to sell. It's going to have great ratings, but I don't know what you do with House of Black. I feel like House of Black should be in this match. Why? Because go ahead. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I didn't think about that. I'm
playing devil's advocate. Come on. This match is going to do everything for us. It's going to sell tickets. Like I said, the ratings are going to be awesome. This is a match that us wrestling fans want to see. What do you do with House of Black? I
feel like they're going to get stuck with Dork Order, and I don't want that.
That's not what you do with.
I don't want that.
No, yeah.
I'm hoping LFI maybe with Roosh, Tralistico, and.
But you're just thinking. You're just trying to come up with somebody, right? You're just right now. You're coming up with tag teams.
They watched them in the crowd and Rampage. They watched them.
Yeah.
You're right, though. You're right.
Yeah. Again, I'm playing devil's advocate. This match is going to kick ass. I want House of Black to do something other than sit on the sidelines. I mean, is it even who's up next? BCC is up next. They should be the contenders, but yeah.
And that's perfect, Nick. Oh, yes, perfect. House of Black versus Hardys and Mark Briscoe.
That is Hardys not perfect. Come on.
No. Well, that would be fine for one filler pay-per-view, okay? And then at All In, you have House of Black versus BCC. You are right, Nick. Yeah. And then we also get, that's where you transition to CMFTR against Kenny and the Bucks.
Yeah, but Black shouldn't be in this situation. Hardy Boys?
But the house, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to defend the Hardys here. But if he's clean, which he looked awesome. All right, I was dancing. I was with him, all right. Yeah. If he's clean, then I'm with him to give him one more chance. Let him retire and let him ride 10 months clean. He is supposedly 10 months clean. He looked great.
Yeah. One
more time, the Hardys against the House. Come on, you don't think Malachi wants to work with Jeff Hardy?
No.
Like,
I don't. I think he's over this bullshit. I mean,
that's fair.
Come on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
See what Ivan says. For once, they're telling a story correctly. This is your BCC Heart Foundation style versus the Elite DX style. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Because they're going to say, you guys are fucking gymnasts. We are wrestlers. Yeah, by far and away. Best story going in AEW for sure.
Yes. And I mean, this is what should have happened when Regal left. They should have turned heel. You know, this is
right away.
Yeah, this is what should have happened. We're getting it now. Again, we're just playing devil's advocate. Black should be here. But
that's why they're properly now known as just Combat Club, because the Blackpool doesn't exist anymore.
All right, Justin.
He's not wrong. No. All right, I'm gonna bring one up. I don't know how much longer you guys want to go, but I'm gonna bring one up right quick, and then we can get the show on the road. But here's what I want to talk about: the AEW Women's Division. I loved the originals versus the Outcast story. Okay, I loved it to start. It's definitely dying down on me though. They're doing, and the problem with that I have with it is there's not so much Britt and Jamie against the Outcasts. It's more Outcasts against Riho and Sky and Willow. And when it started with Sheeta's involvement, I was all with it. Yeah. But where the fuck is Sheeta? And literally, this all started with like Sheeta and Ruby. And like now, where are we with this? Again, we got 6-ish weeks till Double or Nothing. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. Them slow playing this. But where are we going with this? I thought we were going to get a 5-on-5 Blood and Guts or a 5-on-5 Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
The more I see it, the more I'm seeing a 3-on-3, and I don't like a 3-on-3. I want a 5-on-5. Figure it out. You had enough women on your roster to make this a badass 5-on-5. You better fucking figure it out. If these were men, you'd be figuring it out. Figure it fucking out. I'm excited for this tag team match in Pittsburgh coming up. We got the DMD and Jamie Hayter, the Pillar and the Killer, taking on Tony Storm and Ruby Soho this coming week in Pittsburgh. I can't wait for it. But I need progression with this story. I need Sheeta back. I need more Outcasts. I need someone else to join that team. I need a fourth Outcast, and I need a real solidified original team. Nick, what's your thoughts, dude?
Yeah, I mean, we just discussed this with Trish and Becky. They're so similar here. It doesn't make sense. We want more. Yes, I will pay to watch Becky and Lynch. Jesus, Trish and Lynch. Here, I can't wait to see this. I want to see more of Paige. I want to see more of DMD. You're right. What are we doing, man? I mean, this is perfect example of stretching out a storyline that can't stretch out anymore. It just can't. It's like that toy where you can't stretch it anymore. It's just like, it's not going anywhere. It's stretched. This is what I get. This is what you get. Yeah, I'm with you, Tim. I want more. I want this to mean more. Do I care, man? I love DMD versus Paige. That was great. Paige, my bad. Sriracha and DMD. I loved it. They capitalized on the neck, the back, everything like that. That was cool. I need something more, and I'm not getting it here. So yeah, Tim, do something for me. I mean, another Outcast. There's so many Outcasts. There's so many women that could be inserted into this storyline that could help it. But at the end of the day, I think we got to look at it this way. This is just a shitty storyline. I just don't know what you do. Blood and Guts sounds so good, Tim, but is it going to happen?
Nick, it sounded good 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How many times on the bottom of my screen did I type a 5-on-5 match? Yeah, every episode. Go back and watch every Tim King show. I put a 5-on-5 scenario up, pretty much the same every time. But at this point, 6 weeks later, Willow, Sky, fucking Riho, we don't care. Yeah. Justin, you don't care, do you? We wish we cared. We wish we cared.
Well, that's the issue. Why should we care?
6 weeks later, why should we? Justin.
It's such a weird. It's so weird how the story just feels like it's going nowhere, and it's like you got to the point where you have the Outcasts now as a thing.
Yeah.
But it's, again, I think it's just because there's just so much confusion with this whole thing. Is, you know, again, who's an original? How do you distinguish an original here? Because as far as I would think, anybody who is in year one is an original. That's it. Like, there's your originals. Everybody else who's come in basically is not an original. So if you get people like Sky Blue who came in like later on, or like Willow who came in later on after like year one, she's not really an original. It's like it's just weird because, again, how do you tell this story here? Britt's basically the part where it's like she's the one you got to play off of here.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how you really go from here. Like, I can't think about it anymore.
Can only
like
go up.
We've talked about booking how to book a 5-on-5, like blood and guts for the women. But it's like, at this point, I feel like we're not even getting even generally close to getting that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this story feels like it has no direction at this point. Like, you just took Britt and Saraya, who were feuding.
Sriracha.
Yeah, Sriracha. Who were feuding, and then it's just like, here's these other two women that are now with her. Like, again, that her Tony turning still feels just random.
I think we can all blame this on Rosa. She's the issue.
Yes. Yes. Big fucking facts, dude. Yeah. And she should be
That's all I speak, Tim. That's all I speak. Big fucking facts.
Big fucking facts, dude. And she should be in. But, Justin, how many times have I said this? Thunder Rosa needs to come back. She's the missing key. She's the missing cog in this whole thing. So, yes, Nick, you're right. Thunder Rosa, but she ain't a fucking OG.
What is she even doing? Do we honestly know the truth?
I do. I saw her the other day on Spanish Announce Table. My wife shook Alex Abrahante's hand. He wished her happy birthday. Rosa went to the back. If you watched Dynamite when D&D came out.
That's so embarrassing.
After she came out, I was like, I looked over at Thunder Rosa and I go, Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa.
What did she do? She must have said something, man.
No,
did something. She really like, that hurt?
Well, why is she okay? But why is she still there then?
Exactly. What the? Maybe she's banging Tony. I don't know.
No, but she needs to be in this story. She needs to. This story picks up the second Thunder Rosa comes back and gets in the middle of this because just like Ruby, right? What is she?
Yeah.
And then she just lays out Britt and attacks Jamie and goes fucking crazy, dude, and becomes Mara all over again, dude.
Yeah.
He just does her fucking crazy thing, dude. Badass heel, Thunder Rosa.
But what could she possibly have done?
Thunder aligning with Britt would not make any sense. Like, you saw people who said Thunder should be on Britt's side because she's an original. And I'm like, no, she's not an original. And of course, like, I could see her and Britt working together.
Never.
Even if I was blind, I couldn't see that. Like, there's no way those two work together.
Hold on, what did you say?
Even if I was
blind, I couldn't see it.
Yeah, like, it's just the story needs something. It needs a shot in the ass and something right now because it's just like it is lacking big time. Like, I was just kind of with it at first. It started to get a little more interesting, like after Ruby turned, and I was just like, yeah, now we're gonna get somewhere, and we're still not getting.
Are we even? Is this even happening, Tim? Is it originals versus?
It's gonna go down. I don't know if it's gonna be 5. If I was going to have my 5, it would be Jamie. It would be Britt. It would be Sheeta. It would be Jade, and it would be Willow. And those would be my 5.
Willow's original
to me. That's the thing. That's the problem. Again, they're not they don't distinguish who's an original. So
I look at Willow like she's an original just because she's a rookie that they're building up. So, like,
okay,
I look at Orange Cassidy and JF, even Ricky Starks who came from NWA. Yeah. I look at them as originals. Thunder Rosa, like I said, if she didn't have such heated heat with Britt and Jamie.
Something, man.
I would look at her that she could be an OG because she was like, like Moxley. I look at John Moxley and Chris Jericho like they're AEW OGs.
Yep.
Did they get their start? No.
No.
They were there since day one. Well, Mox-ish. Jericho, day one. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing with Thunder Rosa. Willow and stuff. Jade, I don't want to turn. I'd rather keep her. Taya, I'd love to see the Jade-Taya feud mixed into this match. I said it 2 weeks ago. I said Taya is a fucking outcast. Do a double turn. Jade is so boring right now. Do a double turn. Jade turns face, joins the originals. Taya turns heel, joins the outcast. There's a double turn. So now you got Britt, Jamie, and Jade, and then you got the outcast plus Taya. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sheeta comes back. Now you got the outcasts, and then you got Britt, Jamie, Sheeta, Jade. Ridiculous, dude. I'm not writing it, so I'm losing it. But basically, at the end of the day, they got the women's roster to do it. Problem is, you're bullshit, Tony Khan, and he's not fucking doing it the right way.
Yeah. Basically, this whole story is just kind of, it just feels like it's confused. It's confused in every sort of way. Yeah. Like, don't know who's an original. Are they actually telling you? Like they don't. Like I'm saying, they don't distinguish who's an original. They don't really tell you that they're actually building this up as an original versus outcast thing. Like, there's just a lot of jumbled everything in this, and that's kind of just the main issue here. And then when whatever we do get on television, it's just got no direction because it's just repeating itself over and over again. It's like, here's Tony Storm having a match against Sky Blue. They're gonna jump Sky Blue. Here comes Riho, and here comes Britt, and here comes Jamie. And the next week it's, oh look, Ruby's got a match against Willow, and now they're gonna beat up Willow. And here comes Riho, and here comes Britt, and here comes Jamie. And it's just like, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Like,
yo, Double D, my five outcasts are Saraya, Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, Thunder Rosa, and Taya Valkyrie. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's stacked. That's
basically the whole story just needs a direction and something. Like, it just needs a shot in the arm and an actual set direction at this point.
Where does this even happen?
It's got to happen at Double or Nothing, dude. It's got to be in the Blood or Guts or Spring Stampede. Or Spring Stampede or fucking Stadium Stampede. I'm sorry. Double D, Justin, Double D, yes. Who would your outcast be?
Well, you got the three of them already. You got Tony, you got Ruby, you got Saraya. Like, probably you'd add Athena in there because that would make a lot of sense to me. You throw Athena in there.
Hey, what about Renee?
No.
Throw her in there.
What about the Bella?
Garcia.
Unless she's actually like been training on the side and we don't know this whole thing and she just gets thrown in there, that'd be hysterical. But like, other than that, I couldn't see it happening.
Yeah.
She's just it's so tough to do this because again,
but Taya is brought in for Jade only. I don't know if she's in this storyline.
That story ain't going anywhere either. That thing is weak as shit.
Yeah.
It's because of what Nick said earlier. They're fucking
big fucking facts.
Why big fucking facts? Why are you stretching
it? Yeah.
Jade and Taya doesn't need 3 months. What the fuck does this match need?
Because you don't have anyone.
AEW needs
bisexual.
I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for. They need 6 yearly pay-per-views, not 4, not quarterly. They need 6.
Yeah. How do you say that?
Exactly the word. That's what anyone in the chat let me know. That's what I was.
Justin usually helps us with this, but he's on here.
Yeah, Justin, 6 pay-per-views a month. It's like half a year.
6 checkable.
Yeah, I got nothing. But that's what I would do. I would do 6 AEW pay-per-views a year. The problem is they fucked up with ROH. That's a topic for a whole nother day. But they need to be doing 6 AEW pay-per-views. That way they don't need to stretch these stories out so long. If this Originals or Outcast thing could have been ended already. 2 months, ended it. Move on to something else.
Yeah. And I mean, is Sriracha ever going to get her what am I going to she lost to DMD. So then
Right.
You drop that? Like, what am I saying? Come back? No.
Her come up. No, she beat DMD 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And then they started doing this shit. But,
oh, yeah, she did.
But she doesn't wrestle. That's why you forget it, because she's only had 2 matches since she's been back.
Yeah, but still, vice versa. DMD should still have her not a rematch, but something. Yeah. Revenge. That's the word. God damn it.
Yo, if they brought Mandy Rose into AEW as a part of this story, yes, that would do do some clicks, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to think. She was killing it in NXT.
Yeah.
Boys, we hit 6 topics. That was good. Do you guys want to dive in anything else? Are you guys feeling okay for the night?
What do we got? I mean,
let's see what we got. We got
draft.
We got WWE Draft. We got All In at Wembley Stadium. Hobbs and Wardlow, the 4 Pillars story. What's next for Bianca? As Double D said earlier, like, what the fuck? Bianca's got nobody now. What's next for Seth? What's next for Roman? Will Edge go to AEW? Whatever you want, dude. You're on the clock, man. Pick a topic. Talk about it.
Yeah. Let's do draft. I think that's interesting. We did a draft.
Yeah.
Cheap plug, baby. Woo! We did a draft. We see in the future. We knew it was coming. The question is for me, Justin, and maybe you could chime in here too. Okay. The draft it's great. I think this is what we need. We need a little shakeup. I think it'll help with other superstars that are lost right now. I mean, if you look at it, Asuka is lost. Bianca is lost. I think the draft may help the women's division. I just don't know what you do with Michael Cole and no, I'm kidding. I just don't know what you do. I just don't know what you do with like Gunther. He's Raw bound, right? Like that's going to happen. Roman is Raw bound. That's going to happen. What do you do with the United States champion? I mean, we haven't seen him. He's going to be up there. He's going to be drafted first, second, third, one of those picks. What do you do? Yes, it's a great idea. Yes, it's another ratings boost. Yes, people are going to watch. But what does it do for the superstars? What does it do for people like LA Knight, for Xavier Woods, for those guys that really, I don't want to say lost because that was a phenomenal match. And I think LA Knight's going to get his time to shine. I think Woods showed time in and time out that he can do, that we want to watch and see him perform well. What do you do? I guess the question here, Tim and Justin, is what is this good for? Why do we need a draft? Is it just, again, for ratings, Wembley, just for ratings, just for, sellouts, sell it out. It sounds great, but what does it do for us? Does it move that little ticker?
I honestly believe the draft does nothing here. Like, I don't get, like, clearly we're going to have to go back to brand split now, which to me is also kind of not a good thing because how good is WWE at following a brand split? They can't follow a brand split. The brand split saved their lives right now. Yeah. It'll be good for a couple months. And then after that, we'll be going like, oh, look, here comes some Raw guys over on SmackDown and vice versa. And it'll just be like,
it's a ratings grab.
Yeah, it'll just be another thing where it's like,
click.
They'll just completely ignore it again. Yeah, it's just going to be something where everyone's going to be like, look, we had a draft and we did this and all this other stuff. And we called these people up. And it's like, do the same fucking thing. If you just kept it the way it was, it's nothing different here. Like, you're not really doing anything different anyway. Like right now, you're basically still telling some of the same stories right now. Then the other people you're not even telling a story with. You're not doing anything with.
And how they do the draft too. Right. What do they even do these days? I know the last time I think we had a draft, you wrestled and then you got drafted, right?
Dude, no. The last time they had USA and Fox representatives in offices fucking facilitating the draft. It was awful, dude. Fucking bullshit.
And that's going to happen again this year probably because there is no GMs, and that's the problem. If you're going to do a brand split, you need to have separate brand authorities. You need to have, if you're going to have a separate roster, you need to have separate brand authorities.
It's this.
But you can't have exclusive.
Hit it on the head. And even if it's not brand exclusive PLEs, because I don't know that I agree with that, but it's brand exclusive GMs, okay? Yeah. Justin, you hit it on the head. What did they do in 2016? In 2016, who did they bring in?
Was that Angle?
They brought in Mick Foley for
right?
Raw. And Stephanie ran Raw. She was the VP, and she brought Mick Foley to be her general manager. And Shane ran SmackDown and brought in Daniel Bryan.
And Mick had a lot of fucking underrated promos. Yeah.
In the SmackDown show, they fucking had a
live,
tournament.
Right?
They had a SmackDown Live. They had a tournament to crown a new tag team champion. They made the mid-card title with Miz and Dolph Ziggler relevant.
Oh my God, what a phenomenal.
John Moxley was world champion, feuding with AJ Styles, who then AJ went on to feud with John Cena. They made into the women's championship. They elevated Naomi. They elevated Natalya. They elevated Becky Lynch. Carmella won Money in the Bank. I only know all this because I'm watching Total Divas with my wife now. But they did all of this in 2016 with brand split, okay? And you could do it again successfully. But my whole thing with this is, just like Isaac said, I don't need separate PLEs because I think if you do 4 versus 4 and 4 on a show, that's fine with me. Because you don't want to get too far away from what you're trying to do on your show. You always need to show.
Yeah.
You always need a big match at a pay-per-view to commence a story or further a story. But with the WWE Draft, you need 2 world championships, dude. All right. You need a world champion on Raw. You need a world champion on SmackDown.
Yeah.
You need 2 tag team champions. You need a tag team champion on Raw. You need a tag team champion on SmackDown. 2 women's champions. Or you need to just have 1 world champion, 1 set of tag team champions, 1 women's champion, and then mid-card and mid-card on each brand. The problem is they need to figure it out and they need to do it right. Roman either needs to just go to Raw and SmackDown needs to have a tournament for a title, or Cody needs to beat Roman at SummerSlam. But that's the problem. Yeah. You can't have a brand split if your brand doesn't have a world title. Your brand has to have a world title, or it's not a fucking brand. There is no split. If your world champion, Roman Reigns, shows up 1 week on Raw and then 1 week on SmackDown, it is not a brand split. The Usos show up 1 week on Raw, 1 week on Raw and SmackDown during the same week. It is not a brand split. If you go look at my WWE Power Rankings, the reason that you see KevinOwens the same
cheap plug,
Usos and Solos, cheap plug, right? BloodlineNetwork.com, your home for sports wrestling entertainment.
That's why. Here's the thing. That's why I put out the whole entire thought of originally, before all this freaking unifying the titles crap happened, make your titles exclusive, and that's it. Yeah. The rest of the roster, no, they can go wherever, but just make your titles exclusive at that point. Because then you have, again, a revolving door of opponents for people.
I think the only thing that I'm interested in is the NXT call-ups. I think that'll be cool. Yeah. I think that's what we want to see. It's just, what do you
Who would you call up, Nick?
Braun, as much as I don't think he's ready on the mic, I think he's good enough in the ring. He could get it done. Bate, he's been on Main Event. Bate would be awesome. Waller, it seems like he's ready. I don't know. I don't know what you do there. Yeah. And like you said, excuse me. I hit the wrong button. I wanted to mute myself. Tag team division, like you said earlier, with what's her face? Katana and Ninja Warrior. Bring them up. Yeah. And please, I don't want anyone. I never say this at all. Don't fire anyone, but get rid of Kevin Patrick. Put him in the back. That's what you need to do with the draft. Swap him with Bayern. Yes.
You don't like Kevin Patrick?
No, I can't, man. Is
it the accent?
No. He doesn't know his shit. He doesn't know his shit.
Here's the thing. I like Kevin Patrick, but I liked when he was a backstage interviewer.
Yeah, I think that fits him well. Yeah. Oh, Creed. Creed, yes.
Tino, I said the same thing earlier. The Creeds and Pretty Deadly both need to come up with Grayson Waller and Braun Breaker yesterday. You want to make your roster relevant?
Now, if you wanted, that guy's ready, for God's sake.
For Kevin, I'm ready. Swap me out. I'm ready to go, baby.
Yeah. Yep.
I like KP only because I like his hustle and I like his grind. You're right, though. Michael Cole probably should be doing both shows. I get it, 29-year pro.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day,
well, Byron could do it. He's so good at it.
Byron was great, dude. Byron got fucked how many times, dude?
He could do it. He could be
the
lead guy.
Who would be great at it? You know who would be great at it? Tom Hannafan or whatever the fuck his name is now.
Something happened there because you don't get rid of someone like that, man.
He was so good, dude.
Yeah.
He only got released because he wanted to face fuck his wife. That's why.
Is that what happened?
I could
yes,
see
I'm serious. I'm
serious.
Really? No, he said there was something about him wanting to face fuck a girl, and they saw that and they were like, "Oh,
who's the one with
can't
Booker?" Because he had a chance too, and I don't think they liked him.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, stinky, quack. Like, come on, we're not enough with Booker.
No, not Booker. The other guy.
Vic is really good.
Vic Joseph, yes.
Vic Joseph, yes.
Yes.
He's good.
But he tried. They said
Tino says Nikita. I think Nikita would be good on the main roster. Indy is definitely on her way. She's not keeping that belt long. I said that too. I agree. Tiffany's going to beat her for that belt.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, no. Mauro Ranallo can stay far away. Maybe like to come back and call one show every now and then, but every week, if you listen to fucking...
I miss Mauro so much, dude. NXT's commentary was incredible with Mauro.
Yeah, and he fit NXT. I'm with you, Timmy.
Yo, I love you know who Gus Johnson is? He does NFL, college football.
Oh, yeah.
He screams on every fucking play.
It's too much.
Maybe that's how you guys feel when you listen to me do a podcast. But fuck, I can't listen to Mauro Ranallo scream like that, dude. Every call, no thank you.
Yeah.
Broadcast says Mauro is in Bellator. For sure.
Facts.
Yeah, but the draft should be fun. I do think that we should see some switch-ups. I think Imperium should definitely come over to Raw. I think that Austin Theory would be a good fit on SmackDown for sure. Yes. I think Bianca Belair and Montez Ford going to SmackDown while Angelo Dawkins stayed on Raw would be fun. I think Seth Rollins maybe and Becky going back to SmackDown could be interesting. Give them some more star power. Get a potential Becky versus Rhea feud. And Rhea and Dom going to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Finn and Damian staying on Raw, sadly, thus breaking up the Judgment Day or splitting them in half. That's kind of what I look forward to.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you on that and the rookies, NXT. That's what I want. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Give me more Tyler Bate, baby.
Oh, give us some Tyler Bate. Give us the Creeds. The Creeds are so wasted in NXT. There is not if the Creed brothers were in AEW, they'd probably be AEW tag team champions. Like they're
in the mix at least. Yep.
Yeah, they're there. They're ready to go. Bring them. Pretty Deadly. They are so charismatic and entertaining.
Yeah, Keith loves them.
Right? Yeah. That guy, Johnny Fairplay, compared him to fucking the Midnight Express.
Fairplay. What a joke.
What a guy. But if you can fucking have a guy like Johnny Fairplay compare you to the Midnight Express, you're doing something okay. Pull him fucking up to the main roster. Let's go. Boys.
Yeah.
That's all I got on this evening. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. Justin, always a mainstay. And Nick, bro, I talk to you every day. I know you were itching. I know you got to get it out. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Do you got anything for the people before you go?
No, man. I think we're going to get back this week. If so, then it's going to be me and Keith, and we got a few guests coming on the show, a few big announcements, a huge announcement, 23rd, is that what I said? I think so, yes, the 23rd. Huge, not for just UW Pod, but the Bloodline as well. A lot of things coming. Do you want me to sign off now, Tim? Are we done?
No, talk, baby. Talk.
No. Just you can find us on Twitter at the UW Pod and Instagram at UW Podcast. Obviously, we're on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Go check us out. Subscribe on Twitter. Twitch, YouTube. You know the deal. We're here. Come at it. Again, Timmy, thank you. Justin, always great to see you, brother. Yeah. La Familia.
Yo, love you, dude. I love you so much. Thank you so much for everything you do, man. Just you being there talking with me every day keeps me fucking sane, dude. I love you so much, brother. Justin, my dude, my tag team partner.
Yeah, buddy.
Where can the people find you?
First off, let me just say salute to everybody in the bloodline and to the UW pod chat. I love you guys. And thank you for always having me on. Find me on Twitter. You see it right there at JustinTime211. Follow my co-host, my brother, at JeremyInTime721 on Twitter. Yes, In Time Wrestling Podcast. It's been on a long, long hiatus. And again, a lot of personal stuff going on here. I will tell you every time, show ain't gone forever. We will be back. Not sure, no set date yet, but again, I'm guaranteeing it right now. We will be back. Until then, though, you can catch me hanging with TK, occasionally with Nick. It's been a while since I've been on Nick's show.
Yeah.
I'll be all over the place. I'm all over the place. So just keep your eyes peeled.
Justin, you're the man, dude. I love you so much. I love the In Time Wrestling Podcast. I love Jeremy. I'm sad you weren't here tonight. Can't wait to chop it up with you next Saturday night for sure. As always, please, if you're watching this video right now, if you're watching it later, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button to the Bloodline Entertainment Network right here on YouTube. Tim King Show is going to be exclusive to, I'm not even live on the Tim King Show network right now. I'll upload it later. Maybe. I don't even know if I'm going to do that. I'm live right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network going forward. That's it. If you want the Tim King Show, you want Roto Slappers, it's right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network going forward. And that's the BloodlineNetwork.com. You want sports, you want wrestling, you want entertainment, podcast, power rankings, fantasy baseball rankings, list the works, BloodlineNetwork.com. We got you covered. To everyone who tuned in tonight, the chat was fucking popping. We had a lot of new people in the chat. Yeah. Really, seriously, thank you guys so much. Please come back. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Come find me at The Tim King Show, at The Tim King Show on Twitter. I'm very engaging. Come find me. I'd love to talk to you at The Tim King Show. Follow the Bloodline Network at the Bloodline ENT. Find the Bloodline on all major audio platforms at the Bloodline Entertainment Network and right here on YouTube by searching the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Again, me, all major audio platforms, all major social media at The Tim King Show, The Tim King Show, and most importantly, right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Guys, throw your ones up because we...